So hello everyone and welcome back. So today we are going to solve the questions which I have given in the previous video as a practice problem. So let's see the question once and then we will start coding. So here the first question says here that input two numbers, find their sum, difference, product, quotient and remainder. So for doing this we need to take two numbers, then add them, subtract them, multiply them, divide them and find the quotient and separate the remainder. So for doing this let's move to the coding terminal, which is the VS Code. So let's move. So this is how our VS Code terminal looks like. So for starting with coding we need to press Ctrl+N. So here it is asking us to select a language. Our language is C++. Okay, so let's start the coding. It should start with the hash include IOStream. Okay, after that we will write using namespace std. This is the standard namespace. Okay, after that we will write the int main, which is the entry point of our program. Then the brace is opening. Now for our convenience we are writing a statement which is asking the user to enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. Just a minute. It is asking the user to enter two numbers. Okay, so the user will enter two numbers seeing this statement. After that we will take input of two numbers, which is C in A and then C in B. We can take the input in the same line also, but to make the program much more easy to read and understand, so I am declaring the or I am accepting the integer in two different lines. Okay, so here we are accepting A and B, but if you run this code this way, the compiler will show an error because the A and B variable are not declared. The type of variable A and B is not declared. So let's declare it over here as integer data type. Okay, so I have declared A and B as integer data type. Now we are ready for calculating the operations. Okay, so let's declare the integer sum to add the two numbers. Okay, A plus B. After that the difference I am writing diff equal to A minus B. Okay, this will find as subtraction or the difference of two numbers. Then product, PROD, I am writing over here. It will be A multiplied by B. After that int quotient, QUOT quotient, it will be A by B. After that int rem, rem, okay. So it will be A mod B. Okay, now see here, this sign is called a modulus. The percentage sign in the programming languages, it is called the modulus. Now what is the function of modulus? Modulus is always used to find the remainder of a division. Now you have to find the modulus, you have to always keep the data type as integer data type, otherwise it will not show the correct answer. See, I have declared here the remainder. This is the remainder variable. If you see, it is highlighted. This is the remainder variable and it is declared as int. This means that the remainder variable is declared as integer data type and it will return the proper value of the remainder. Now see here in the above line, int quotient equal to A by B. Now see here, if you declare the quotient as integer data type, it will only display the integer part of the quotient. For example, if the answer of the quotient comes 8.7676, the quotient in this case, since it is integer data type, it will only show 8. The 0.7676 part will not be displayed. So to display this, we will remove the integer data type and then we will display as double, because they are the real numbers, right? So let's write double. Okay, now this will show the 8.7676 for example fully. Okay, so we are done with our operations and now we will print the outputs. So let's see how it's working or not. So output is done using cout obviously, and then we will write sum is equal to space, then the sum variable value sum, and after this we will add our line break. Now line break in C++ is done using the escape character \n. Now what does this \n do? \n will do nothing, just add an enter, so that the cursor shifts to the next line and then prints the number statement again, means the next statement properly after the next line. Now what does this mean? See here, see, it is written cout, sum is this, sum is the sum value will be printed over here. Now when this \n will come, the cursor will go to the next line and then print the next statement. It is just like adding enter after the printing of this line. Okay, we will see this when we learn the output. Okay, so let's do the next line, which is the cout. We will print difference is equal to space, then the value of the difference variable, it is diff. Then again we will add a line break so that the cursor move to the next line. Okay, then again the next line, which is the product, we will write here product is equal to this space. Then we will add the product variable prod. After that we will add a line break again. Okay, now next cout, then we will add quotient is quotient, quotient is equal to, then the quotient variable quot. Okay, now in this case, for your understanding, to explain the \n function, I will not add the line break. Let's keep the answer as it is. Okay, so that we can understand the use of the line break. So here I am writing in the same line that quotient is, then I am writing the quotient value, then again I will write the remainder in the same line, or let's keep this line as it is. We will write the remainder in the second line, in the last line, which is the like this reminder. Remainder is equal to, the remainder variable is this one, so it is rem. Okay, so the code is good enough to run, but see here, the quotient is and the remainder will be printed in the same line because there is no line break. So let's see the output and then I will explain what to do in this case. Okay, so let's write the return 0. So let's see how the program is getting executed. So let's run it. So here it is asking us for two numbers, the value of a and b. So let's enter 100 space 50, the value of a and b. When we press enter, it is showing the sum is 150, which is quite obvious. The difference is 50, obviously. Product is 5000. Quotient is 2, remainder is 0. Now see here, these two lines, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 0. Calculation is absolutely correct. But see these two lines, since there is no \n, or you can say there is no line break, so the quotient is and remainder is being printed in the same line. If you see here, see, just a minute, let's enlarge this. See here, you can see that the quotient is and the remainder is being printed in the same line. Now to avoid this and to make the output much more convenient to read, we will add a \n over here, which is also called the line break. This is called the escape characters, which makes the output beautiful. So we are adding the quotient value and then we are pressing enter in the form of \n, and now we will see the output over here. So let's see. So here it is asking us two numbers, so next now put 200 and then we will put for example 50. Okay, let's press enter and see. So remainder is 0, obviously it is coming in the next line now because there is \n, which is printed in the form of the escape character \n, which is the printing the enter. Okay, product is 10,000, difference is 150, sum is 250. This is quite obvious. Answer is correct, program is correct, so program is done. Now if you want to make the program much more convenient for understanding, you can add comments over here. You can write start of main function. Okay, see, this is called a single line command where we are using two consecutive slash and then we are writing something. This is called commenting. This is the lines which are not executed by the compiler. We write this line to make it understandable to us. See, in this case, int sum equal to a and b. So if you want to add a comment, we add two slash and then write adding the values of a and b. Okay, now this part, the green part, will not be executed by the compiler because it is just a comment. And if you want to write here printing the value of sum, okay, this is not executed because it is a comment. Now this type of commenting is called the single line comment. Now we will come to types of commenting in the upcoming lectures. So till then, this is the code. This is the full code, which is the question number 1 code, where it is asking you to take two numbers and then print the sum, difference, product, quotient and remainder. So now let's move to the question part and see the next question. So this was the code number 1. It's done. So let's see code number 2. Code number 2, it's asking us to input principal, time and rate, find the simple interest and the amount. Quite simple as that. We will just need to print the simple interest. So what we can take input? We can take input of the just a minute. We can take input of the principal, time and rate, and we will print the simple interest and amount. Okay, so let's move to VS Code again. So this is our VS Code. Let's erase this. We will not erase this fully, we will just erase this part. Okay, or you can say we can just erase this part. Okay, now let's make the integer data type as principal. This declare the time as time, then the rate as rate. Okay, we are taking integer for our convenience. You can, if you want, you can take double, floatal, anything. It's not it is not going to create any issue. Okay, so here I will write enter principal amount, principal amount. So it will ask for the principal amount. Let's copy the statement and we will do the same for time and rate. So this is going to take the principal amount, so C in principal. After that we will print cout, control V, and change this principal amount to time. Okay, I'm sorry. So it is asking us the time, so let's change this B to time, which is already declared. And now we will print cout again, and then we will ask enter the rate of interest. Okay, so we are done with the input part. Let's take the input lastly of interest. So this is rate. Okay, now see here, I have not added in \n, so the input will be taken in the single line itself. So it is going to create a mess, obviously. So to create or ask for the input in multiple lines, let's add a escape character, which is the \n, which is the line break. So let's write here \n. Okay, this will ask, or this will show the output in a much more convenient way. This will keep the program mess free rather. Okay, you can say mess free. So let's add \n and then semicolon. Okay, so this is our input part. Okay, this entire part is our input. So if you want, you can write here taking input. See, I am going slow so that it is easier for us to understand. Otherwise, this programs does not take much time for doing. I am going very slow so that it is easier for us to understand. For finding taking input for finding SI and amount. SI means the simple interest, right? So we are familiar with the simple interest formula, that is PRT by 100. So if you want, you can write here SI equal to PRT divided by 100, right? And amount is, or you can say, give a tab and write amount equal to SI plus principal, right? This is, I'm just writing in a comment so that the programmer or the one who is going to read this for the next time is easier for him to understand. So to get this expression PRT by 100, I will just do nothing. I will declare the SI variable and then write the expression. Now see, to get the proper value of the simple interest, it is convenient, or you can say it is better to declare the simple interest variable as a double data type variable, because there is a possibility of decimal to come. So for the sake of convenience, or for the sake of goodness of our program, I am declaring the simple interest data type to be double. So double SI equal to P product R product. I'm sorry, it will not be PRT, it will be principal principal, product of rate, or you can say time together, anything, and rate. So, and the entire thing will be divided by 100. I'm giving in brackets, so this will be entire thing will be divided in by 100. So this will give the simple interest, and for the amount it will be again of double data type, double amount, double amount equal to SI plus, which is the simple interest, plus the principal amount. Okay, and now we will print the outputs, print, printing part. Okay, so let's print the output, which is Cout. Then we will print simple interest, simple interest, equal to space, then the value of simple interest, which is SI. Then I will add a line break to make the output much more clear, then semicolon. Then in the next line we will add Cout, then in quotes amount, then equal to space, then the amount variable amount. After that again a line break. It's not necessary because we have no output to print after this line. See, our program is good enough to run. I have written the comment, and if you want you can write here variable declaration. So if you do commenting like this, it makes the program much more easier for us to understand, and see, it looks beautiful also if you see the program very clearly. See, I hope my program is clear to run. So let's run it and check for errors. Okay, so from running the code I will do from here. Okay, let's see. So here it is asking us for the principal amount. Let's give 10,000 as a principal amount, 10,000. Here it is asking us for the time. I will say I will take 5 years. It is asking us for the rate of interest. Let's take 2% rate of interest, okay, or say 5% rate of interest, anything, 6% rate of interest. Okay, so 6, enter. So it is giving us simple interest is 3,000, and the amount is 3,000 plus the simple principal amount, which is 13,000 is coming. So program is absolutely clear and it's running properly. So this is our output. So if you want to run it again, let's delete this and run it again with different values of variables. So here it is asking us for the principal value. Let's take 30,000 plus enter time 10 years, then rate of interest 8%. Okay, see, simple interest coming 24,000 and the amount is coming 54,000. So this is our output and this is our result. So our code is properly done, or you can say it is properly written. Okay, so let's move to the next program in the question list. Let's see the question list. So here is our question list. Let's see the next question. So now that we are done with question number 2, now we will move to question number 3. So here it is asking us input two numbers, swap them using third variable. Now what is the meaning of swap? Let's explain the meaning of swap. I am clearing it, this portion. Okay, this is not needed now. Now if you see, I am doing it just a rough, I am not writing any code. Okay, let's comment it over here. Let's write meaning. You can also write this in your copy while making the notes, so that it's easier for us to understand when you revise. See, I'm writing meaning of swapping. Okay, now what is the meaning of swapping? Swapping means if a variable a is entered, variable a is entered with value of 10 and another variable is entered with value 20. After swapping, the values gets exchanged. Okay, Now what does this mean? So swapping is generally a procedure which will exchange the value of the variable. Now see, if I take a as 20, a as 10 and also b equal to 90. So after swapping you will print that the answer which will come is a equal to 90 and b equal to 10. This is called the swapping output. This is the result of swapping. So how to do this? Okay, let's start. So let's declare two variables, int a comma b, and also we need a third variable because if you see the question over here, it is asking, it is take an input to variables and swap them with using third variable. So see here, with using third variable. So let's take another variable as c. Okay, now see how to do the swapping. Let's take the input of variable a and b first. So let's take the value of a, enter value of a, question mark space, then a line break for beautifying purpose, then c in, we will take the value a. After that c out again, it will ask us for the end value, enter the value of, just a minute, value for value of b. Alright, so again a line break for beautification purpose and then semicolon as a line terminator, then c in b. Okay, now we have the values of a and b. Now we will exchange them. Okay, so to exchange this, I will do one thing. I will give the value of a to c. So c has the value of a. Now I will give b's value to a. Now keep in mind that assignment operator or the assignment of value of variable in C++ occurs from right to left. That means that, I'm sorry, I did a mistake over here. It will be c equal to a. That means the variable which will be on the leftmost side will be assigned the value of the variable which is on the rightmost side. That means that the variable assignments occur from the extreme right to extreme left. Now see here, this means that the value of a is getting shifted to c. Right, now I will give the value of a to b and b's value to a. So let's give b's value to a. So b's value is coming to a like this because b is on the rightmost side, right? And now the b's value, from where the b will get this value? B will not get its value from a. Why? Because in the previous line we have already given the b's value to a. So the actual value of b which will come after swapping, it will be c, because a's value is assigned to c in the first line. See here, if you see this line, c is holding a's value, so b is getting c's value, that means b is getting a's value indirectly. So it's time for us to print. Swapping is done. So you can write it over here as a comment, swapping process. Okay, you can write here, just a minute, you can write here, you can remember assignment occurs from right to, just a minute, right to left. Okay, this is the swapping part. Then we will print the output. Okay, then value of a after process is, so what is the value of a? I will give a here, and let's add a line break over here, so \n, and the same line I'm going to print it over here but with the b, value of b after the process is. So I'm copying it. See, this thing you have to adapt to write the code faster. So value of b after the process is changed to b. So I think our code is good enough to run. So let's run it and check it. Okay, so you can write it in the comments over here, printing the values, right? So let's see how it's getting printed. So it is asking us for the value of a, let's enter 50, value of b, let's enter 30. So value of a after the process is 30, b's value, see here, b's value is 30, was 30 when I entered it, and a's value was 50. So value of a after process is becoming 30 and value of b after the process is becoming 50. So our swapping is successful. That means we have exchanged the value successfully, right? So this was the simple solution to the question. Question was very simple. This is called swapping. Now the tricky question comes in the next question. If you see the scene change, that is the input two numbers, swap them without using third variable. Now if you see the code, this code again, which is the question number 3 code, we have used the third variable, which is c over here. See here, c. We have used the third variable, which is the c over here. But this question, which is the question number 4, it strictly says us without using third variable. That means we have to restrict our operation with two variables. Now how to do this? So let's see how to do this. So let's see how to swap two variables, value of two variables without using third variable. So this is our coding terminal. Let's return to that. So this is VS Code. So let's get back to coding. So this definition will remain same. So value of a, I am asking the value of a, value of b. So it is strictly telling us to do the swapping with two variables. So obviously we cannot keep c over here. I will erase c. So same thing, enter value of a, getting the value of a, enter value of b, we are getting the value of b. Now to perform swapping without using third variable, let's give here SWA swapping process without third variable. So we are going to do this with some arithmetic operations. What is the arithmetic operation? We will write a equal to a plus b. Okay, in the next line we will write b equal to a minus b. Okay, in the third line we will write a equal to a minus b. If you want, you can memorize these 3 lines, or you can think logically also. Okay, you can think logically also about these 3 lines, how this number is getting exchanged, how the two numbers are getting exchanged. You can think logically also. You can memorize these lines also. A equal to a plus b, b equal to a minus b, and a equal to a minus b. If you need to check whether this is correct or not, so to check this, we will print the output of swapping. So let's write here printing output as comment, printing output. So let's see if our arithmetic operation is correct or not. So cout, within quotes I will write value of a is value of a after the swap. Okay, equal to space, then the value of a, then a line break \n, then semicolon, then again the next line, which is the value of b after the swap, equal to space, then this bracket and the value b, then a line break. You can skip this also, and I think our program is good enough to run. So let's see whether it is properly done or not. So let's run the code. So it is asking us for the value of a. Let's enter 60, enter value of b 80. Okay, so value of a after swap coming 80, and value of b after the swap, it is coming 60. See, I have done a spelling mistake. Value is, so let's change this r to value e. So let's see now. asking us for the value of A 120, value of B 400. So A is coming 400, B is coming 120. So this was our answer for this code. Okay, this is our code, entire thing is our code. This is very important, it comes in exams many times, in placements also they ask you this type of questions. So this is very important question. Okay, keep this in mind and see this technique and remember this operation, which is A equal to A plus B, B equal to A minus B, and A equal to A minus B. Quite simple. Okay, now let's move to the next question, which is question number 5, I guess. Enter a number, find its reciprocal. It's quite easy. We have to just take a number and then we will do 1 by that number. But remember, we have to keep this number in double data type to get the decimal number. Okay, so let's go and code this again. So let's return to our terminal coding. Yes, so we'll remove everything. Okay, all right. So enter a number, so enter value of a number. Okay, line break. So our number is A. Let's remove this and everything, this one also. Okay, so integer data type of A, we will make this double to get the decimal answer also. Enter value of number A is value, A's value is taken. Now to reverse a number or to find reciprocal, so you have to write double recip or anything equal to 1 by A. So this is done. So for betterment you have to write 1.0. okay, so value of reciprocal equal to RECIP, recip. Okay, don't write recipe. Okay, so it will be reciprocal. Okay, so let's see, let's write a comment taking input and here also printing output. Okay, so code is good enough to run. Let's run and check for errors. So let's see. So here it is asking us for the value of a number. Let's say anything, 5. Enter. So 1 by 5 equal to 0.2, right? So value is coming correctly. It is 1.2. Let's run the code again. Say 10. So 1 by 10 is 0.1, which is correct. So answer is coming correctly. That means our code is correct. So this was our practice programs. Okay, we have completed all these 5 programs, 1 2 3 4 5. So I will come with more problems of practice in the next video. So till then, keep studying and keep exploring.